G'day! How are you doing? Hopefully keeping healthy and safe. I'm doing alright on this side of the desk. Well, today we're going to do an unboxing and first impression of this new Dell Alienware M15R7. Now this one here I've got is the AMD version. It does come with the Intel version, which is the 12th gen Intel core, and this is the AMD, which uses the Ryzen 6000 mobile processor. So I will be creating a review video, of course, after I spend a bit of time with it. We'll have a look at temperatures and fan noise and the internals in that one, and some of the features as well in that review video. Now I will put that link in the description below when that is made available. But for us, let's get to the unboxing of this M15R7, and we will just take this on across. It's got a nice box, I can say. It comes with actually a brown box before it comes to this nice white box. Protect that nice white box, really. And we open it up, and again, oh, that's actually cardboard. It's actually not felt. It's got nice, and that is, I'm pretty sure that is all recycled as they are trying to become more sustainable, which is absolutely great from Dell as well too. Now we're gonna, before we get into the computer itself, you know how on this channel I love looking at what the power is adapter for. So let's open this up and let's have a look what we got. Whoa, we've got a few bits. Now you do have quite a hefty power adapter. Now this is not abnormal for a powerful gaming laptop. Now this one here, I have done a review video of an M15 previously, and again it was a big large power brick, and this is no different here. I think this actually might be a little bit more slimmer than the previous year that I actually did the unboxing for. And let's just have a quick look at this. I'm just going to throw that away. Now this one is a 240 watt power brick. Yeah, it's a brick, and that's why they call it a brick. And of course the other side is a 3-prong, and that's easy to work on because that's like a normal computer case. I'm not going to unbox that one there. And that's pretty much it on this side panel. And we've got the computer. Let's bring the computer up. Before we get to the computer, let's go have a look at we got, besides that, we've got all this nice little documentation. But before I'm going to throw all the documentation like I do, which I've done it, is we've got a nice little black one. What is this one? Hey, this is something different I haven't seen. It's just describing about what the Alienware philosophy and what they're trying to do. It says in 1996, but if you actually buy one of these, you can actually have a reader if you really wanted to. But anyway, let's get on with that. I can see also, hey, just like a lot of Precisions and the XPS range, I'm starting to see that in the new versions of Dell's in 2022, and it's using Ocean Plastic to create all this packaging, which is good to see anyway. Anyway, I'm going to pop this one down. And let's get this one unboxed. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm going to do it opposite way here. Now it does come in as what they call dark side of the moon. Basically it's black. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, let's just rip this. How do we get this thing? Oh, I've done a bujal job of actually ripping this. Actually, I've done it this side, didn't I? Oh, that is a bujal job of taking that plastic off. Woo, look at that. That is whiffy. Nice, smooth surface. It's plastic on top. I'm not going to lie about it. It's polycarbonate after that, but plastic, I'll just call it. Plastic on the bottom as well, and on the side, ooh, that's something different. That feels really nice as well. That's a bit like a rubberized feel to the side of it, which is surrounded by plastic. This plastic, I'm not ditching plastic bad. It's just saying it's actually durable. It's actually quite good. But this one here, it's got this nice little felt, and it's just a little bit of a nice feel to it actually on this side here. So now we'll have a quick look at the ports before we get on move along. So look on the, let's have a look at that. It's the right hand side of the computer. So I've got two USB type A ports, and they are very nice looking ports. So normally I would see them colored blue or something. This one actually is very nicely silver color. Oh, very nice. So I've got two of those. I can see air vent exhaust on that side there, and then on the back, of course, I've got air exhaust on either side of the back. Now on the back we've also got a USB type C port. Now this being AMD version, that's going to be USB probably 4 version in 1, could be. I'm going to have to look at the specs on that one there. And then we've got USB type A port, and then we've got the HDMI port, and we also got the power adapter for this to charge it. Looking on the left hand side, woo, that's nice. We've got RJ45 Ethernet port. That's good to see that I've put an Ethernet port still in this thing, but it would have been nice to put it at the back or rather on the side. I just That's my thoughts anyway. And then we've got the headphone jack, but still, nice to see them include the RJ45. It'd be nice just to put it on the back. That's all. Got plenty of room at the back. Why not? Anyway, we've got the nice little funky, and I'm sure we've got the Alienware, and that's going to already be lit, RGB lit as well too. And that's about it now. We've got a bit of breathe holes on the bottom. That's nothing new there. And we've got quite a bit of rubberized on the little handles of the one, just to give a little bit edge, just lift this up from the things. Anyway, let's get this along here, and we will open it up. Oof. Now, the last Alienware I did was the X17. They had cherry keys, and I'm going to have a look how these keys run anyway. They say this was a bit of low profile, and ooh, these are nice mechanical as well too. These have a nice punch to it, bounce to it. Not as like crazy strong bounce and clickiness as the X17. This one is still very nice. You can hear it. I can hear that spring sound as well too. Sometimes got a twing sound. Twing. Press it. Twing. See here. I'm not sure if it comes from the microphone. I know, I like that twing sound anyway, so that's nice. And okay. The palm rest and the rest, it's got that rubberized feel that I said that carried around the side. So this is going to be nice feel to it. That's going to take a fair bit of nice grip. Now, whoa, that is something I didn't expect to see, and that is the trackpad. The trackpad is, let's just move this one around. The trackpad is, it's not as, what do I say, height-wise, it's not as high. It's actually a little bit lower in height-wise, still nice and wide, but even though, I'm just have a quick look anyway. Went up because I'm looking for the home keys, so that's F and J, and that's a nice wideness in terms here. And you may think it's just off-center, but that's because of how the keyboards are, right? Because here's the two home keys, and then you'll probably put your hand there. So that's why it looks a little bit off-center, but hey, that is nice. Now, that is a glass-like silky smooth feel to the trackpad. And is it mechanical? Yep, it's mechanical. Hinge at the top and mechanical at the bottom here. Pretty sure it's multi-gestures and all that funky stuff there as well. We'll have a look. Now, any special keys that I would say that's abnormal from Alienware? No, it's still pretty much so. You've got the multimedia keys on the very right hand side, and then you've got your normal function keys on the top. Now, I just want to see, we've got some different labeling keys between F2 to F6. Something a little bit different. I'm going to have to look at what they are, because they are probably macro keys, I'm taking a guess, because the turbo key or performance key is F1. I can see that from Alienware. And now this is a full HD display I've got here that can have a refresh rate of 165 Hertz. Sweet. Oh, we can see it, webcam, and it's quite tiny in hole. It's like a pinhole, tiny pinhole. And I'm pretty sure it's probably HD. And let's turn this baby on now. Do we need to have this connected to power? Or can I turn this thing on? If not, then I'm going to be right back and connect the power adapter to this. It looks like I'm going to have to do that. So I'll be right back. I'm going to connect the power adapter to the table and we get this going. Alright, I've got the computer connected to mains power, and we're going to turn this baby on and have a look at how this runs off. Let's have a look. We have RGB lights. May not come up on the camera because I have quite a strong some studio lights in here, but we do got RGB lights and they are funky. Love it, love it, love it. I'm starting to really grow on the RGB lights these days. You see in the start of a channel, I'm not one of those RGB lights. I'm starting to grow on it. I've just seen too many computers with it now. I'm starting to grow on it. In business sense, you probably turn it off, but hey, at least you've got the option to turn it on. Now, is that slowly gonna bring up something? Here we go. We've got Alienware. Excellent. And we have, now this is a 16:9 aspect ratio. So it is our proper full HD, so you don't have to worry about those funky different resolutions, especially for gaming. I have noticed some of the gamings don't really like the 16:10, and so this is, I guess it's really nice in keeping the 16:9 aspect ratio for gaming anyway. So we'll let this boot up, and I will be right back on having set this computer up, and we'll have a look at this, just a quick teaser of the sound of this computer. I've got the computer roughly set up so we can have a listen to the speakers. Then I want to have a little chat about something I've just noticed of this computer, which I had to just dial down a little bit, and you'll just listen to that in a moment. First up, let's go and listen to the speakers. From the speakers, what I can hear is the acoustic wise, we've got this nice little reverb happening for the speakers. Now, it doesn't really distort too high on the loudest volume, but I do notice there is some bass there, but the bass isn't that like deep low end bass, which is that nice oomphy bass. So it's still a little bit there, but it's more on the, what do I say, mid and high end. So it's nothing like the max, but still not too bad. At least we've got some sort of bass. Now, as for the volume wise, I find it quite decent, so it should be all right there. So it's still decent speakers for a gaming laptop, but more than likely you'll probably be using headphones for gaming, as they'll be much more accurate for games and probably sound better as well too. Now, this is what I want to have a little chat about. I'm just going to come out of this video. So let me see. Oh, sorry, escaped. I'm on the wrong side of town, and we'll just have a look here. Now, currently, what I've noticed is the actual fan profile. Now, currently, I've got this in the thermal mode in quiet mode. I'm gonna actually now put it into what you call balance mode, and for thermals, and you'll notice maybe it might come through for the. There we go. Now, hopefully, we'll come through. Now, this is on thermal balance, and maybe this might come up through the microphone. I'm just gonna shut up for a little bit. So hopefully you hear that. The actual fan got a little bit of whine to there, and this computer is currently not doing anything at all. It's just, all it has is Microsoft Edge open. So that is a little bit more louder than I expected to be when it's running pretty much what I would say idle at the moment. And of course, if you want to hear what it sounds like with full speed span, well, first we'll put it in performance mode. So we'll just chuck that into performance mode now. Oops. So of course you're going to hear something from there from the performance mode, and I'm going to chuck this into the thermal, into full speed thermal mode. There's not that much difference between the performance mode and full speed thermal mode. I'm just going to chuck that off now to just back to normal again. Hopefully I'll just get that back to normal. I'll just put it back to quiet, but just something you just got to be aware of, and something maybe it could be something that Dell could probably look into fixing with firmware update, because I just find the fans are just spinning a little bit more than I would like, especially when it's doing absolute bare nothing. So that's something to be aware of, but you can change that in the Alienware Command Center. All right. Again, I will be creating a review video after I spend a bit of time with this M15R7. Hope you find this video informative or enjoyed it. If you did and support my channel, smash that like button for me. And if you haven't done it already, subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button on the screen. I do try to upload a new video every week. And if you want to support me further, I also have membership by clicking that join button right next to the subscribe button. I'll try to do a little bit pre-alpha for those members there. And as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll see you next video.